read? Books!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to My Wife's Smutty Books, a podcast where my wife tells me about her hot books, and I give my hot takes. How you doing, Emily?
I'm good, Lucas. How are you?
I'm good. Today we are discussing Heat of the Everflame by Penn.
Which, I have mixed feelings about because on one end, the book was really, really good, but on the other end, Penn just edged me for 700 pages plus the first two books.
I thought you liked that.
So I'm glad we finally got where we were going, but oh man, did it take a while. I was starting to think that the name of our podcast was a lie. The first two books weren't smutty at all.
Yeah, no, we're going to get sued for false advertising. So let's get us caught up real quick. What happened in the first two books? This is Spark of the Everflame was the first book.
Yes.
Glow, and the Glow of the Everflame was second.
Yeah, and now we're in Heat of the Everflame. So before we get too far into it, of course, up top, this is a podcast about books. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers and you haven't read Heat of the Everflame, put this podcast down, go read Penn Cole's book, and then come back and join us when you're done. So, remember, in the first two books, I laid out for you the kingdom. The kingdom's divided between the descended, who have powers, and the mortals who have not. No powers at all. And so, our character, DM, she lives in the kingdom of Lumnos, and that is the kingdom that has the powers of light and darkness. And DM at first thinks she's immortal, right? She was raised to believe that she was immortal, but she has gray eyes when all of the mortals have brown eyes and all of the Lumnos descended have blue eyes. But she was told by her mom that she had some disease when she was little that sapped her of all her colors, so she thought it was normal. But it wasn't. Turned out her mom was lying to her the entire time. And when the king of Lumnos died, DM inherited the crown. Now, at the second book, we go into DM's political back and forth, trying to gain power of these people who who before this moment thought of her as less than as a human. And you have to remember, she's half descended, half mortal, and that's against the law, so they were trying to kill her. So we ended the last book with her being challenged on her spot for the throne, and she triumphs in the end. She goes to get crowned on the island in the middle of the kingdom, and a bomb goes off. So that is where we left off. A huge cliffhanger.
I don't know if it's a cliffhanger, but we all know it's the mailman boyfriend behind it.
We suspect the mailman boyfriend.
I mean, who else would do it?
Yeah, all mailman boyfriend are bad. They're just behind all of this, I guess.
Just in the context of this show, though, I mean, there's only going to be one mailman boyfriend that's committing terrorism.
True, but why has it got to be a mailman boyfriend? Because remember, she saw her mom right before the bomb went off.
Yeah, I'm just making a guess and doubling down on it. I guess it could be someone else. You read the book, so why don't you tell us? Who was it?
So where we left off the last book, like I was saying, DM had just won the right to be the undisputed queen of Lumnos. She went to the island to complete the ritual. She stepped up and she bled on the Heartstone, and the Heartstone fissured, and then her mom comes running out of the woods just in time for an explosion. So at the beginning of this book, DM wakes up sometime later, and she's been captured by the rebels. And these aren't good rebels like the Rebel Alliance. If we were to put this in the Star Wars universe, talking about rebels, which tends to be what we do, this is the Saw Gerrera of rebels, not the Princess Leia Rebel Alliance of rebels. You know you're doing the same thing that Dan Carlin does, because he makes Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker references all the time in his podcast, and you're doing the exact same thing except with Saw Gerrera. Everyone, if you go to sleep right now, I'll be talking about the same scene in an hour just to emulate Dan Carlin.
I think you're going to be doing that anyway. If it's a sex scene, you absolutely will be.
So she is forced to drink the flame root, which is, remember, a powder that nullifies descended powers. So they have caught her and brought her to the kingdom of Arboros.
Arborio rice? Make a nice risotto in the Arborio kingdom. You can also make a nice paella, too, because you can use Arborio for paella.
The more you know. You know, this is not just a smut podcast. We're also teaching culture, okay?
Yeah, every once in a while we turn into a cooking podcast.
We're teaching the people culture.
Exactly.
So, Arboros is like the kingdom where they have like plant powers, like plant and vegetation and earth and greenery and all of that.
It just really is the Paella kingdom.
Why? What does that have to do with plants?
Well, because they have like really good food, and they're just making like red bell pepper paella and like arboreal rice. Like there's no escaping that. They should have known what they were doing.
Yeah. And if you remember,
they knew Italian Americans were going to read this.
And if you remember from the last book, like when she went to go break up with her mailman boyfriend, her mailman boyfriend's dad said that her mailman fiance. Her mailman fiance's dad said that her and this healer were in Arboros. So like right at the top, I was real suspicious because it was like, oh wait, weren't the mailman boyfriend who we know is a rebel, like isn't he in Arboros? And now she's been dragged off to Arboros, like suspicious. But he actually doesn't make an appearance till later, so I don't know like what the significance was there, but we'll get to it. So after shackling Diem, they tell her that they haven't killed her in deference to her mother. Diem's mother, they reveal, has been the head of the human rebellion for 10 years. And like, talk about like mommy problems. Like your mommy was leading the rebel group that was like trying to kill your kind for the last decade. Like, oh boy, like how do you unpack that in therapy? You think they would take like full advantage of like Diem being queen like the rebels would? Because she like clearly has these human sympathies and isn't in a place to be like influenced by her mom, but instead they're like deeply, deeply skeptical of her. So I guess like the stupidity like is contagious in this book.
So the mom's dumb too, not just the...
Well, we don't really get a lot of the mom because the rebels reveal that the king of Fortos, Fortos, they like have the army, Fortos, but anyway, captured Diem's mom as she tried to save Diem. So she's slated for execution. So we don't really get a lot of like her thoughts on this entire situation until like halfway plus through the book.
So after the explosion, they take the mom captive.
Yeah, so remember, like, all of the crowns were on the island. And so, like, the rebels kind of grab who they can. They end up grabbing Diem and then Arbros. And Fortos grabs, like, the crowns grab who they can to capture. So they end up capturing Diem's mom.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's publicly slated for execution. And she's also publicly tied to Diem. So, like, now, like, a lot of people, like, who are descended have beef with Diem because they're like, wait, your mom is the leader of the rebel group? Like, the heck? But the rebels plan to bargain Diem in exchange for her mom. Diem says, like, yo, y'all don't, like, need to bargain me and trade. Like, just, like, I'll do what you want. You don't need to keep me as a prisoner. But, they just can't get over their bias. So they chain Diem to a tree for days and try to like drug her to keep away her powers. But in like the one smart thing that Diem does in 3 books, she like catches on to their plans and refuses to eat or drink, biding her time until her powers can come back. So one day, the rebel leader of Lumnos, who like Diem famously does not get along with, comes to steal some of her blood to unlock a blood lock in the palace. And Diem is like trying to struggle away from him, but he pins her down and like cuts her face to collect her blood. And just as she's panicking, she hears the thump of wings. And the rebels are like scrambling to get in position. Sore, her Gryvern, which you might remember is a mix between a wyvern and a griffin, swoops into the rebel camp filled with rage and with Luther on her back. All right. So the mortals like are trying to fight back, and like Diem's just like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. But then she realizes that like Sore is going to use her dragon fire to like kill the humans, and then she's like gets really conflicted about it. So the humans like have this giant ballista. Do you know what a ballista is?
Do I know what a ballista is? Of course I know what a ballista is. Yeah, it's a big bow and arrow, big crossbow.
Yeah. So they have this giant ballista, and they're going to use it to try to shoot Sore out of the sky.
That's from Game of Thrones. They use ballistas against dragons.
Yeah, we literally just watched it last night.
But even in the core series, they use it as well.
Yes, they do use it in the core series. You're right. So as like Sore is like coming into the camp and like wreaking havoc, and Luther's on her back wreaking havoc.
Sorry, you said wreaking havoc, and I'm like immediately back to the Arboreal Rice Kingdom, wreaking havoc, served over a nice bed of paella, seafood with
We
some
just
mussels and some
ate.
shrimp.
Are you hungry?
I'm not hungry, but you just keep saying foods, and I can't help myself.
So they try to chain DM to this giant tree so that Sore can't like fly her away, but the humans are just like no match. Like Sore lights the forest on fire, incinerating rebels, melting DM's chains, and killing those in her way. She engulfs DM in her fire, but she is unburned, though her clothes do burn away.
Wow, we're 2 for 2 on Game of Thrones references right here.
Yeah, it's giving Queen of Dragons, except for it's Queen of Gryverns.
She has plot armor. What if they just say that's what it is? It's like, oh yeah, we was too cool to not put you in the dragon fire, but we couldn't think of a reason why you'd live.
Well, she's just like the classic like female main character where it's like nothing can kill her. She is invincible. Like she has no flaws. She has all the cool powers. You know?
Is this the book where the character's kind of dumb?
Yes, this is the one where the character is very dumb.
Because I know we switched gears and went to Neon Gods for a bit, but now we're back.
No, yeah.
So at least she has not maxed out the intelligence stat. It's
no,
her dump stat.
No. She maxed out like strength and like constitution, but like her intelligence and wisdom are like at an all-time low.
That's the best way to play a lot of those RPG games. Is just make yourself of just a gigantic.
I always played the opposite.
To make them smart.
Just make them smart and weak. Yeah.
Smart and weak. Well, all you gotta do is just go up and just punch them.
Well, then I do like
panic roll.
No, like in Baldur's Gate, like I like keep my distance and like shoot spells at them. You know, it's like fireball.
That's weak. You gotta get in there with the sword and mix it up.
Nah.
You gotta put some skin in the game.
Nah, that's what Karlach's for.
Oh, but you like Karlach, and you sent her to do your bit. You sent her to do your bidding like that.
Yeah, it's hot.
You know what's hotter is fighting with her in a suit of armor instead of making her do the hard work for you. Plus, you're gonna get it. You're gonna hit her with the fireball.
No.
I
haven't figured out. Do you doubt me? I'm on my like 700th hour of Baldur's Gate.
No, I think you just might like blast her with the fireball and then like quietly recover her and be like, "Hey,
like have
here's
Shadowheart
50 pieces
nearby.
of gold." Nobody saw that.
Yeah. So like I was saying, her clothes burn away. And by the time that Sore lands and Luther dismounts, like and DM approaches, Luther like looks her over with a smile, and then she says, "How many times do I have to tell you? Eyes up here." Like, so they're just in the middle of this deadly situation, and Luther's just like ogling her titties.
I guess so, but you also like look if you're Luther, you got a good excuse. You'd be like, "I thought you were gonna die," so I was just marveling at the fact that you're not burned.
I didn't need to check anywhere else. I just needed to check your titties.
I mean, how far away is he? Like, is he like right up on her shit? Or
No.
Okay, well then he can't tell. She can't tell.
No. Girls can always tell. I'm telling you.
Maybe.
Sound off in the comments. Can't you always tell when a man is looking at your titties?
Even if he's far away.
Oh yeah. So even though she has this like cute wry little comment, Luther is in no mood to flirt. As he lands, the rebels start firing arrows at him, and he crouches behind the shield, deflecting them. DM wonders like why he's not unleashing his powers to like stop these arrows, but clearly she forgot that Descendants' powers, other than the crown, only work in their home realm. So like again, this is just like an L for DM on like remembering like the rules of her own universe. The other thing that's going on is that the rebels have, and this is a problem that reoccurs throughout the whole book, the rebels have this thing called Godstone, and Godstone is this like magical rock that when you cut a Descendant with it, like 9 times out of 10, they die from just even
Destined death. We get destined death again. Another Elden Ring reference. Well, it's like the Archangel Blade, right? From Supernatural. I made that reference before.
Well,
I began trying to lob you a Supernatural reference to make up for the fact that I brought up Elden Ring.
Well, but like the Archangel Blade can kill anything by stabbing him through the heart. Whereas like this is like you could get a cut on your arm and die from a cut on your arm.
Okay.
Yeah, so super deadly. So like DM's like watching Luther like take these arrows to his shield, but like some of them are punching through the shield. And if they punch through and they get his arm, like done. He's toast. He's dead. Like very, very hard to
You
get.
got to just pocket sand someone with that. Some of it will get in their eyes and they'll be dead.
You know what? That's a thought. I don't know that the rebels like know how to work with
The rebels just as dumb as DM.
Well, no. Like many years ago, the Crowns tried to seize like all of the Godstone, and so like no one knows how to work with it. Like the rebels just have what they've been able to like beg, borrow, and steal. You know.
You can't like put like heavy suits on, like grind it up into a powder, and then just hit someone with it.
Like no one knows how to work with it.
So it's just like, are they like, watch them be like perfectly smooth rocks from all those years of erosion, and you can never cut anybody with it. So you have to just bash somebody with it like it's a normal rock.
No, it stays sharp. Oh,
so it's like an obsidian.
So they have like
sort of
arrow. Yeah, I think so. They have like arrow tips. They have swords that are made out of it. They have daggers made out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think like more like obsidian kind of thought.
Okay.
But also they use it as a building material sometimes too. So like sometimes they'll have like a temple made out of it, or like cell doors made out of it. There's a lot of different things. Anyway, so just as she realizes that Luther is as helpless as a mortal in this situation, the rebels loose the ballista, shooting to kill Sore. DM has only like managed to build up a small amount of magic from like not having any food or water, and she unleashes it and disintegrates the bolt in midair. But the burst of energy leaves her and she starts to pass out. Luther starts running towards her like arrows be damned. He takes one in the shoulder and one in the calf, but thank God they're not Godstone. And the rebels start reloading the ballista with a second shot. DM doesn't have the strength to stop it. She's barely conscious at this point. And she orders Sore to grab Luther and fly him to safety. And Sore can't ignore any of DM's like orders and is forced to obey. So like she just orders her giant bird to like carry her boyfriend away, and he's like pissed as fuck getting carried off into the distance. So DM wakes up to the rebel leader of Arboros drugging her again, and the rebels move their camp and bring DM with them, knowing that Luther now knows where it is. During her captivity, the leader asks DM like what her plan as queen is, trying to understand DM's ideology. And DM explains that there's no black and white in this situation. They're innocent mortals, they're innocent descended. And there are some evil members on both sides.
You mean to tell me the kingdom of shadows and light, where that's their two thing, those people don't adopt the black and white worldview?
Oh, they definitely do. But not DM. And she thinks that if both groups are to survive, they're going to need to find some common ground. The leader says that she'll mull this over, and sure enough, a few days later, she helps sneak DM out of the rebel camp and set her free, hoping she'll use her resources in Lumnos to protect the humans. And this is like a very weird scene that happens. She like puts DM on this like little boat, and DM starts like rowing for Lumnos, but before she can like go too far, this strange, unexplained wind and current knock her sailboat right back to where it started, despite all of DM's best efforts. Never explained why she just suddenly sucks at rowing a boat. And the boat like capsizes, and she literally ends up like right back at the rebels' camp.
Just unforced error.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe they'll explain in next book.
Iceberg dead ahead.
Yeah, but this is like she rows like 10 feet out and then gets pushed back in by the waves. Her boat capsizes, and then she's like,
"Oh God! Oh shit! Oh God! Oh shit! Oh fuck! I don't know what I'm doing! Oh God! Oh shit!" So did she just swim to shore, or
yeah,
just
she just swam to shore, no supplies. She had to go. She was like, "Okay, now I got to steal some supplies and steal a horse and get the fuck out of here."
That's so embarrassing. Imagine
It
like,
is really embarrassing.
All the like old men who were just trying to fish, like, oh, you know, they don't make them like they used to.
And it's funny because she like talks about remembering her dad like explicitly teaching her how to like sail a ship, and she's just like, "Yeah, but I sucked at it."
Yeah, but how do you not know how to row? It's just like it's like having a big spoon and dipping it in the yogurt. You just like, and the yogurt is the ocean. You know, you just dip in the direction you want to go. Like, how do you forget that?
I think it was like meant to be some sort of like mysterious magical interference, but like in my head canon, DM is just like really bad at boats, just like Feyre in her art in my head canon.
Okay.
So DM sneaks back into the rebel camp to try to nab some supplies and a horse, like I said. And as she scours
she ain't getting back on that boat.
No. It's like at the bottom of it. She sunk it. I don't know if she sunk it in the shallows, but whatever. So as she scours a tent for a sword, Who does she hear outside demanding her release but Luther? Luther just like casually strode right up into the rebel camp with his cousins to demand that they release Diem. I don't know why he thought this would work for him, but like, you know, you can't be pretty and smart, I guess. So, Diem comes up with a plan to distract the rebels so she and her friends can escape. She finds the rebels' stash of bombs and light two to cause a commotion. And I would just like to say, like, at this point, one of Diem's cousins, or not Diem's cousins, one of Luther's cousins, his name is Taryn. Taryn is, like, the Cassian / Wrecker of this, like, book. And he just, like, comes in at one point with, like, a handful of bombs and starts, like, throwing them into a bonfire. Like, he's just like, well, just blow it up. That's how we'll escape.
He's the pocket snakes guy.
Yeah.
Except he likes explosives.
Yeah. But he's the Cassian. Like, he is, like, the big himbo that we all, like, love. In the confusion, she sets Luther free. And the moment his hands are free, the two collide and kiss. Which is just a perfect moment to make out, you know, trying to escape rebels as they shoot arrows at you and like your like cousin is setting off bombs. Like, perfect time to just stop and make out. Can't be anything more romantic than that.
Did it go in slow motion as the arrows soared overhead?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was there music?
Oh, 100%.
Was there singing? Like in the other book, you know, they had to do singing.
What other book did they have to do singing?
Oh, jeez, the other one. They would do singing. They do like incantations. Or it was like the moon hatched.
Oh. Yes, and where they had to sing for the magic. Yeah. Sometimes I love to just think out like the logistics of a book and like be like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense when you really think about it. I feel like it'd be pretty easy to beat.
Yeah. Especially because they have like arrows that literally, even if they just graze you, you're dead. So it's like, yeah, perfect time. Let's just make out. So Luther, Diem, and the cousins fight their way out of the rebel camp. They outrun the rebels and they find a spot to hide and make a plan. Even though the rebels like chase them pretty far into the woods and they are all on foot, the Descended decide that they're going to spend their day resting before heading to Lumnos, which I guess like Diem's stupidity is contagious because like these people were literally right behind you on foot. Why would you spend an entire day sitting still in the same place when the people who were chasing you are right behind you?
Well, it's you either do that or you have a chapter of trekking, and what's worse?
Oh man, I do hate trekking. It's like with like Lord of the Rings, where like the second book is just all trekking. Or no, I'm sorry, it's The Hobbit. The Hobbit, the second book is all trekking. It's just like, oh my god. But sure enough, the rebels catch up with them. And actually this happens like at the most frustrating moment. Like this is like Edge Lord part 1, like where we're just getting edged, okay? Luther just revealed that he used this like magic compass, which was like a gift that Diem received in book 2 to find Diem. And the compass points to what one's heart most desires. And Diem tells Luther that
points right at the boobs. My eyes are up here.
Diem tells Luther that her heart desires him too, and he like lifts her to carry her off like out into the woods to fuck. And then I'm thinking as I'm reading this, like 2 books worth of sexual tension. It's finally about to pay off, and then some fucking mortal rebels had to get in the way. Like, please.
How far are we into the book when this happened?
This is like a couple hundred pages in.
So about halfway?
No. This book is 700 plus pages long.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have known. That was too early in the book. Again, it's just
they
like a jump scare.
They haven't fucked for 2 books.
It's too early.
Feyre be fucking in book 1, okay? Feyre be fucking in book 1. Violet be fucking in book 1. Like, all of the characters, they be fucking in book 1.
Right, but if they haven't had sex in book 1 or 2...
Convagor be fucking in book 1.
Like, it's going to take time for them to do in the 3rd one. They're going to keep that rolling.
I'm just glad it wasn't the 4th
then you'd
book.
Stop reading.
No, I wouldn't. I
Well,
would want to
we have
read
a
when they
podcast
fuck
to do.
again. Yeah. No, I just read to when they fuck again. Like, this is what I was thinking about in this book. Like, in this book, they only fuck once. And remember, like, when we were sitting at dinner and I was, like, telling you I was thinking about ACOTAR? Like, in ACOTAR, like, they fuck over and over and over again, and it never gets worse, right? Like, it never gets like, oh, the novelty has worn off. I'm tired of reading about it. Like, so I don't know why it was like, oh, we need to, like, build this moment up for 3 books and then only have them do it once. Like, I'm just, like, frustrated. This isn't why I read the books, okay?
It is why you read the books. That's why we're doing this podcast.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
why
like
these
the
books are
plot is not
popular.
why I'm reading. But I did enjoy the plot a lot. So the rebels had captured one of Luther's cousin, the Cassian of the trio, Terran, as I was telling you, and they're holding a Godstone spear to his side. DM tries to talk them out of harming her friends, but only manages to piss them off. They stab Terran with the deadly blade, and all chaos breaks loose. Luther and Terran start fighting the mortals, while Luther's other cousin, Alex, drags DM away to safety. Eventually, they make their way into Ignos, which is a realm that has a magical barrier that incinerates any mortal that passes through. So the rebels can't follow them into Ignos. Dragging his injured cousin through the desert terrain, the group makes their way to the abandoned mortal city. The kingdom of Ignos killed all the mortals within the borders years ago after the last civil war, and the group is like hiding out in this like empty city, and as they're there, they hear wings approaching. Just as they manage to hide, the king of Ignos flies in on his massive Gryvern, and he is searching for the Lumnos descended, making plans to capture DM and kill the rest. One thing you need to know about crowns going into other crowns' kingdom is if the other crown discovers you there, they can kill you on sight if you haven't been invited. So,
but does he lose his powers? Going in the other kingdom?
Not a crown, but like none of the rest of them have powers. So like Luther, Terran, and Alex don't have powers at this point. So that's why they all decide to hide, is like he can kill DM on sight, and they don't have any way to fight back against him when he has full powers. So they're like hiding, and he is trying to find them, and just when he's about to give up, he like starts taking his frustration out on his Gryvern. Like he's abusing this like majestic animal, of which there's like not that many left. And DM makes like a nasty remark under her breath, totally forgetting that Gryvern have superior senses of hearing. So the Gryvern knows that DM is there. But just when the king is about to find her, the Gryvern lures him away, and they fly away and decide to regroup and search for them tomorrow. So the crew needs to get out of there. They turn in for the night, and DM sneaks out at some point to go get some herbs for a poultice that might help Terran heal from the Godstone. Remember, he's been stabbed in the side.
So he's not dead yet?
It's not instant death. It's a long, excruciatingly painful death.
Okay.
So the next morning, after she puts this poultice on Terran, they start trekking for the kingdom of Umbros. During the walk, DM is like burning up. She's like roasting. And everyone else is complaining about being cold because they're walking by the ocean and getting the ocean breeze. And right when they're about to reach the border, some soldiers confront them. They make up a story about being tourists just passing through, and the soldiers allow them to go. But right before they reach the border, the burning sensation becomes too much. DM's sweat is literally steaming off of her. And Luther tries to pour water on her wrist to cool her down, but the water like steams off. Finally, DM wades into the ocean and the water starts boiling around her. And in her panic, her entire body ignites into flames.
Stop, drop, and roll. Wait, why is that a big deal that she caught on fire?
Because those aren't her powers. Her powers are supposed to be light and dark.
Oh, well, of course she's going to have extra powers.
You're like, yeah. I've read fantasy books before.
Yeah. I know where this was going.
So, of course, the soldiers, like, notice this is happening, and they think she's supposed to be some tourist from Lumnos. But instead, she's using Ignos powers. So, they shoot a pillar of flame in the sky, which hails the king on his Gryvern. DM orders Luther's cousins to run to the Lumnos border. To the Umbros border. She doesn't have it in her to make it herself, and her and Luther hold their ground as the king of Ignos descends. The Ignos fighters start sending waves of fire towards her and Luther, but they don't burn DM. DM shields herself and Luther from the flames. The king of Ignos orders his soldiers to fight hand in hand, and as the fight goes on, Luther and Diem start to slip. And then Ignos starts shooting flames at Diem. But Diem seems to like absorb these flames. And by like no one can understand, like she feels more powerful as she absorbs his shots, basically. But in the end,
she does.
Hey yo. But in the end they're losing. And Diem begs the king of Ignos to let Luther go free. But he denies her. Instead, his soldiers start aiming for Luther's heart. Diem jumps in the way of a fatal blow, getting a knife to the lung herself. Just as she's fading, she can feel the aura of Luther's power that he's not supposed to have. But throughout their travels, Luther and his cousins every once in a while get a few minutes of access to their own power. So Diem tells Luther that his powers have been reactivated, and he quickly dispatches all of the soldiers and unleashes on the king. Just as Luther is about to kill the king, Diem gets a message mentally from his Gryvern, and the Gryvern offers a trade. The Gryvern won't kill Luther if Luther allows the king to be carried away, and Diem accepts. Once the fighting is over, Luther comes over to Diem thinking she's dying, and Diem asks him to use his magic on her. And Luther at first thinks like she's asking him to kill her, but she begs him like to trust her, and he unleashes his magic on her, and she absorbs it, healing herself.
So did she get powered up when the dragon blasted her?
See, maybe it's possible, right? Because she doesn't use her magic until Sore blasts her.
So when she gets blasted by the dragon, that's when her dragon powers awake. Or when she's on the beach, it just comes out.
It's not so much dragon powers as it's like Ignos powers. Like she's in the kingdom of Ignos and the powers have lit up.
Yeah, but who can do an Ignos better than a dragon?
True. I mean, that could be a theory if you were reading it at this point.
Okay, so it sounds like there's more information. Or
Yeah.
it sounds like there's more context.
Oh, no. You're just trying to turn this into Dan Carlin.
Not to be gratuitous. People who don't know who he is going to be like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like the 4th episode in a row you brought up this guy I've never heard of before.
See, the problem, though, is like with the kind of books we talk about, we want it to be gratuitous, you know?
Yeah, except I think you're afraid to tell us about all the graphic sexual things on a podcast because your mom might listen.
You know, I don't
confront you about it.
I don't need my voice on the internet like reading off those graphic scenes. Like I think I'm good without it. So Diem and her crew stumble over the Ignos border into Umbros. And Umbros is this shadowy kingdom like carved out of the earth. Like everything is underground. It's giving like major Court of Nightmares vibes.
Yeah, it's Act 2. They go to the scary place.
Yeah, they go to the scary place.
That's how it always is.
So Luther plans to get a boat and take them back to Lemnos. But first, he has some business he needs to take care of. Remember, Luther was keeper of the laws in Lemnos, and he was forced to enforce the rules on interbreeding between mortals and descended. He snuck out as many children as he could from Lemnos into Umbros, where they are now. So Luther wants to meet with the man that helped him sneak all of those children out. They make their way to an inn called the Second Chance, where the contact has been raising all of the mortal half-children of Lemnos. Luther and him work out a way to sneak Diem out of Umbros without the Umbros queen catching on. On top of that, Luther invites all the half-mortals to return to Lemnos, telling them that their queen will accept them back and protect them. He's basically trying to win Diem like allies for the future. Because, like, all these kids seem, like, weirdly strong. And so, like, I have a theory kind of at this point in the book that they say that they don't want interbreeding because it makes descended weaker. But I think they don't want interbreeding because it makes descended stronger. Like, all of the strongest half-descended people, like, all of the strongest descended in this book are half-descended, half-mortal.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, Luther's half-descended, half-mortal. Diem, like it's just like every time we come across the contact who they meet,
it's a metaphor. This whole book's just a metaphor for inbreeding and why it's a bad idea.
Why inbreeding's bad? Yeah, because they are like almost admittedly practicing inbreeding because like
don't almost admittedly practice inbreeding. If you're gonna do it in the book, you gotta send it.
They make jokes about cousin fucking in the books, like marrying your cousin.
Oh, so it's a little bit like how the Fallout TV show is, where they make jokes about it and it's a little there, but It's more out of necessity than out of, like, desire.
Yeah, like, I forgot about that. How she's like, yeah, you could, like, mess around with your cousin, but you can't marry them. It's like, oh my gosh, that made me laugh. So DM and Luther are alone, and they're waiting for the cousins to catch up. And, they finally get this moment to themselves, and what a moment it is! They don't do it all the way, but there's a little bit of steam going on there. And
is it the heat or the heat?
Or
is it the heat of the Everflame?
It's the heat of the Everflame. But right when DM tries to reciprocate, Luther pulls away and he gets like weirdly cold towards her. He doesn't let DM undress him or touch him. And this whole time, really, since I've been in Umbros, he's been very like hot and cold towards DM. And she takes this as like a rejection. Like, she isn't allowed to return the favor to him. And she's like, I don't really understand. Like, do you even like me? Like, what's going on here? When they finish and Luther walks out on her, DM comes out to find the cousins waiting for them. DM decides like the best course for their action or for their party should be radical honesty. Like they should just all amongst themselves.
That's never a good idea.
Yeah, and I think she only suggests it because she can tell Luther is like holding a secret from her, and that's like why he won't let her like.
You say when you want someone to tell you their secret.
Yeah. Like we're all gonna be radically honest, starting with randomly you, Luther. So but in her defense, she does start, and she tells them about all the weird stuff that has been like happening to her, including like the weird prophecy from the Queen of Umbros at the beginning of book 1, and just like to remind you of what the prophecy is. Here it is. Ready? When forgotten blood on Hearthstone falls, then shall the chains be broke. Life for life, old debt requires, or eternal be his yoke. So DM realizes that part of that prophecy has already come true. Her blood fell on the Hearthstone at the end of the last book, and lightning came down from the sky and struck the Hearthstone, breaking it in two.
I like how it took her like half a book to be like, oh, that prophecy we're supposed to remember. That's about me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really... And she only is like remembering it in her moment of sexual frustration.
Could it be me, the main character, who's the secret to it all?
Well, actually, it wasn't sexual frustration. It was post-nut clarity. Like, the post-nut clarity, she was like, oh, yeah, okay. Maybe that's why she's been so stupid this whole time. And she hasn't been hooking up with anyone, and the mailman boyfriend doesn't do it for her.
That is the most manosphere thing you could possibly say. This is not for our target audience, Emily.
So then she tells the cousins and Luther about, like, the weird stuff that old King Ulthur said right before he died. He called her...
Ulthur?
Ulthur.
What a name.
And Luther is named after him.
Ulthur.
Sorry to anyone with
that
headphones
like you're just
on.
swallowing an egg, like a hard-boiled egg whole. Really? His name's Ulthur?
He's dead now. It doesn't matter.
Ulthur.
So, the old king, I'm not repeating his name. You're so bad.
What
I'm trying to tell the story here, okay?
Don't tell me you didn't think some shit when you saw Ulthur.
No, but I should have known that you would think some shit like that. The old king, who shall not be named, called her the devourer of crowns, the ravager of realms, the herald of vengeance. He said, they told me your blood would shatter our stone and lay waste to our borders. One of the cousins sorts out that borders here meant the magical borders that stop people from using their powers outside their home kingdom. That's why Luther was able to use his powers in Ignos for a second. Then DM tells them about the last part, when a woman's voice came from the king who shall not be named mouth. And said...
It's not Voldemort. He's Voldemort. This is why people tune in. This is what I contribute.
Okay, the last part of the prophecy is, give him our gift, daughter of the forgotten. When the end has come and the blood has spilled, give our gift to my faithful heir and tell him this is my command. So yeah, they're really just piecing together all the mysterious woo-woo stuff in like 3 pages in this book. So on the day that Luther's contact was supposed to get them out of the city, he was leading them underground to their boat. And DM got a hunch that something was wrong. She could feel guilt like radiating off of the contact. And in that moment, oh, by the way, the contact goes by the Jaguar, which is kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like a very like 80s rock and roll guitar player.
Yeah, and he has like Lemnos powers because he's like half descended, half human, and he wears like
cheetah print tights on stage.
No, a cloak of literal shadows, which is like.
Wait, so is he a shadow daddy?
He has shadow powers. Yeah, he's a shadow switch, just like Luther.
What makes him a switch?
Because he's shadow and light powers. Remember we said shadow switch?
Okay. Yep.
That is the appropriate term here.
We're sticking with our own headcanon, of course. Yeah, I appreciate you keeping me honest.
So she could feel guilt radiating off him, and in that moment, she peers into his mind and saw that he had set them up. DM and her friends are captured by the Umbros forces and brought to the Queen. They bring the Jaguar with them as well. Though the Queen has the right to kill DM for being in her lands uninvited, she decides against it and decides instead to officially sanction DM's visit, keep her for a day, and then send her home. Umbros' queen seems to know a lot about DM and about the future war that's bound to happen. This bitch literally goes to her grave with all the information she knows, though. It's really frustrating. DM keeps trying to ask her questions, but, like, Umbros is refusing to answer. Finally, on their last night, Umbros agrees that the next morning, before they all leave, she will answer all of DM's questions. But, of course, it never happens. When DM decides to turn in for the night, she heads to Luther's room, probably hoping to get some dick. And sorry. This book made me very frustrated. Luther has been acting like super strange since they fled Arboros into Ignos, and we finally figure...
It's just a food coma from all the risotto.
I wish. We finally figure out why. In the escape, he was cut by the Godstone, and he is dying.
It's like when you get bit by a zombie in the zombie movie. You don't want to tell anyone.
Yes, which I never understood because it's like they get bit by the zombie and then they're like, I have to get on this airplane to go home and see my family. What? So you can fucking turn them into zombies too? Like,
no. What you do is you tell everyone you got bit by a zombie, and then you start milking it for all it's worth. Like, oh, now everyone has to go with my last wish, and
no, they'll just kill you because you're infected. Like,
well,
that's
for your
how it
friends,
goes in those.
Hopefully, they at least like give you a second to do your thing before they blast you.
If one of our friends comes in and is like, "Hey, I got bit by a zombie," like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be a zombie. Luther like hid the entire time that he was dying, even though DM up to this point has been able to save his cousin Taryn. Like, DM has managed to somehow magically heal Taryn from his Godstone wounds, but like Luther decides like, no, it's better if I just hide them, even though I literally just saw DM heal somebody. Like, the stupid is contagious is what I've been saying this entire book.
At this point, is the author stupid or are the characters all stupid?
No, it's the characters are stupid. I think this is like meant to be one of those like Valiant things that, like, you know how like all male main characters are like almost bleeding to death,
but they wait to die. I can't wait to die for something.
Like, they like are almost bleeding to death, but they like refuse to like say they're injured. Maybe some like macho bullshit. DM could have saved your ass at any point. And you just like were like, meh.
Maybe he is trying to. Maybe his interpretation of the prophecy says he has to die. Because doesn't the prophecy say someone has to die?
It does say life for life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's trying to die so that she doesn't have to.
That's not really like his thought process here.
He's too stupid to think about the prophecy.
No. Like, he literally just spends the whole time being like mad that he's dying and he's not going to get to like have his time with DM. But he doesn't do anything about it. I don't understand. DM.
See, the last time I ever gave a male main character any credit.
DM panics and psychically calls Sore to fly from Lemnos to Umbros to pick them up and bring Luther home. But the gang is going to have to sneak out. And just as they're about to go, Umbros' forces start knocking on the door. DM orders Sore to carry everyone away and leave her behind. Luther is devastated that DM won't be there when he dies. But Sore has no choice but to obey. Umbros' queen pleads for DM to stay. She says she has a lot she needs to tell DM so that DM can be prepared for the coming war. But Diem has no interest in remaining. For whatever reason, she just, like, thinks that she needs to, like, get back to Lumnos to save Luther. But, like, I don't know what is so special about Lumnos that will save Luther. But she fights back against 100 people with mind powers who are trying to take over her body, and she holds her own. And finally, she fights off the Queen of Umbros herself. Because, of course, as our female main character, she has to be the strongest one in the room at all times. But with nowhere left to go, Diem flings herself off of the balcony that she's standing on. And as she falls, Sorey catches her in her claws, carrying her off. But before they can get too far, the Queen of Umbros mounts her own Gryvern and gives chase. And we get a badass Gryvern on Gryvern fight.
You can get like a bargain bin version of that by going to the park and just throwing some breadcrumbs between the ducks and watching them fight over.
Or like seagulls. Like
teach the seagulls to just attack your enemies.
All you have to do is like throw bread in your enemy's general direction and then they're gonna get swarmed. One of my favorite genres of video on the internet is like when people are like trying to take a picture of their like ice cream cone and like a seagull just comes in and just
eats the whole thing.
So Sorey is weighed down because she's carrying 5 people at this point and she can't easily escape. They try using magic to bend the light around themselves to make themselves invisible, but Umbros keeps finding them and calling for Diem to return with her. Umbros' Gryvern fires a stream of dragon fire at them, and Diem magically blocks it with a shield of ice. So now she's used fire powers, mind powers, and ice powers all in this one short span of the book. Like, so like, what's going on?
Is her power that wherever she goes to a kingdom, she can use their power?
Her power ends up being like that whenever she goes to a kingdom, she permanently gains their powers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, this was my next line in my outline. For Luther, this confirms everything he suspected for months. Diem can access not only the powers of Lumnos, but of all 9 kingdoms. Just as they think they're about to get away, we get a sick mid-air Gryvern fight, and Umbros is using her powers to try to get Diem's companions to kill themselves or each other. Diem is desperately trying to drag them all back onto Sorey's back, and in the jostle, her bag gets knocked loose and it falls into the sea. Now, some background. While they were exploring Umbros, Diem went to the market and she found this vendor that claimed to be selling Gryvern fire from each of the Gryverns, including from Montios' Gryvern, which died many, many years ago. Diem purchased that jar, and when her pack is knocked in the water, the jar shatters and the fire is unleashed, engulfing Umbros and her Gryvern. So Diem might have just killed the only crown that was on her side, the only one that had any answers to her questions, just to get Luther home to die instead of dying in Umbros. It's really unclear. It's just a really stupid move on her part.
It was just an accident, right? It was an accident, right? Like,
oh, the fire. Yeah, but it's like she knew she was going to have to fight Umbros to get away in the first place.
Oh, okay.
It's just like she's no allies at this point, right? She's just pissing everyone off as she goes town to town.
But she's so powerful. She doesn't need allies. She just needs to believe in herself.
To believe in herself and her magic.
It's like it reminds me of
the power, love, and friendship.
Yeah, Talladega Nights, where he gets the car at the end and his entire team like goes out of their way to help him, and they just put me on the car. It's like those movies where it's like, oh yeah, you clearly have all these friends who helped you along the way the entire time, and then it's just like, well, all you needed to do was believe in yourself. It's like, your friends saved you over and over and over and over again. This is a movie about the power of friendship, but we do have to stroke the audience's ego and tell them that, like, just believe in yourself. You're a good person.
By the time they make it to Lumnos, Luther is unconscious and nearly dead. Black veins from the Godstone cover nearly all of his body. There isn't much hope left. Diem wanders into his bedroom.
Does she just yell and go, ah! And then the poison goes away?
No.
Oh, well, that's bad writing then, because that's the only logical conclusion from here. She's a healer, though, right?
She's a healer. Diem wanders into his bedroom seeking comfort. Inside of his bedroom, Luther has this bust of the goddess Lumnos, which is like a little bit creepy. I mean, I guess no. You know what? I guess it's kind of normal. Like, there's a lot of people who have like
How
a
busty
cross
is the
over
bust?
hey, yo. It's a bust to, like, just her head. I guess it's kind of normal. Like,
no,
people
but a
have, like,
bust is supposed
crosses
to be
over their
shoulders
back.
up, right?
Yeah.
Like lower shoulders up. Right?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
This is called My Wife's Smutty Books.
Diem is like screaming and crying at the bus. She's begging for Mother Lumnos to like save Luther. She cuts her hand and she offers her blood, and the statue starts crying tears of blood itself. Diem returns to her room where Luther is seizing. She spies the magical compass, which points to one's heart's desire in his hands. She pulls it away and opens it, hoping that it'll show her where the cure is. The compass points in front of her, and Diem remembers that at her ascension ball, Arboros gave her this potion that could heal almost all ailments. Her hand is still bleeding, and she rushes over, grabs the potion, and forces it down Luther's throat. Stop it. She also puts some of her bloody hand and presses it into Luther's cut. Exhausted, she falls asleep with her head on his chest, waiting for something to happen. And when she wakes up, she realizes it worked! Luther made a miraculous recovery!
Okay, I will say that is better than just screaming and holding her hands out in front of a green screen.
Yeah, because she, like, actually eventually does learn something from this, right? Is that there is a cure for the Godstone.
Right, well, and she's a healer, so she could probably figure out what's in it and just scale it up, right?
Well, the cure is her blood, right?
Oh, I thought it was a potion.
No, she thinks it's the potion at this point, but later she realizes the common denominator between when she healed Taryn, when she healed Luther, was she accidentally got her blood in the cure. So it's her magical blood.
That's fucking stupid. Really?
Yeah, it's her magical blood.
They're going to give her every single power just by walking into a kingdom, and they're going to give her magic healing powers. It's just in her blood.
You're right. Like, she's very OP. She's very OP. And I guess, like, the point
At
is...
least in Akatar, when they made Nesta overpowered, they took those powers from her. Because it was breaking the universe.
She's kind of like Feyre. Like, you know how Feyre has, like, a drop of all the powers from all of the High Lords?
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like that. Except for, like, plus more, right? There's, like, the healing ability to heal, like, the instant death weapon.
Yeah, it just seems like every time they run into an issue, she's just like, oh, I just unlocked a new power.
Yeah, it's like...
It's like, oh, that's convenient.
Next, her, like, sweat will cure something. Her tears will cure something.
I know, they're going to be selling her bathwater.
So now that Luther is not dying and she's back in Lemnos, Diem can focus on waging war on the other crowns and to bring about change for humans. At least we think, because she never gets around to doing any of that in this book. One of Luther's cousins, Alex, hinted to her while they were on the run that she had a secret weapon in mind. Alex told her that wherever Diem... This is another OP moment, so get your eyes prepared to roll. Wherever Diem unleashes her powers in Lemnos, Diem has left behind a new bit of Godstone. So she can create Godstone too.
Oh, no, that's a curse. That could be a bad thing.
It could be, but it also could mean that they have weapons that they can use against the other descended.
Oh, okay.
And we're told up to this point that it's impossible because only gods could create Godstone.
Oh, well, obviously she's a god. I mean, she's been acting like a god this entire time.
Yeah. I'm still like they where they end the book is that she's this like 10th type of descended, but I just don't feel convinced by it, right? I think she's a little something more. I'll tell you my theory at the end of the book. Don't let me forget. So Diem, like I was saying, Diem being able to create Godstone would give them a serious tactical advantage because they would have something they could use against the other descended. But when Diem and Alex try to go to the armory to test the theory, the guards turn Diem away. They say that until she's coronated, she's not really queen, and Luther's dad, the regent, is in charge. So she survived this whole, like, to the death challenging. She survived almost getting bombed, but because they didn't, like, finish their magical ceremony, she can't be queen.
Gotta get your paperwork in order.
Seriously, that's what it comes down to. Diem, like, of course, has a huge old bitch fit with Luther's dad and uncle about this. And Luther's dad basically tells her, like, what do you want me to do? You haven't been coronated. No one's going to follow you. So Diem instead, sets her eyes on rescuing her mom, who has been held in the Fortos prison up until this point. But before she can leave town, she has one more task she has to do. She has to break up with her mailman fiance.
That should be easy by this point. Why hasn't that happened yet?
It turns out that her mailman fiance was a cheating bastard this entire time.
See, that makes it easy. I feel like that makes it a little too easy.
Yeah, she goes to his house and he's actively making out with one of her old healer friends.
Okay, well that doesn't. There you go. There's an easy decision.
Yeah.
As if it wasn't an easy decision to begin with.
Well, they were best friends, right? So she cares for him, but she's just not in love with him.
It's just like Dane from a
Yes,
Fourth
it's
Wing.
like Dane and Violet. It's really, yes, it is very much like that. Diem promises that she's going to, the mailman fiance, now demoted to just the mailman, that she will fight for the mortals, but he doesn't really believe her. And she just is really devastated that she's kind of lost her best friend throughout this whole situation. So Diem returns to the palace and she goes to her brother's room to tell him that she plans to go save their mom. Luther is packing the bags for them to go to the prison in Fortos, and suddenly through her mental force, Diem feels Sore in distress. She's being captured by the Fortos and Lumnos forces outside the palace. So Diem storms through the palace, taking out guards left and right as she tries to make her way to her Gryvern. At one point, she even disintegrates their Godstone weapons, something that shouldn't be possible. Her and Luther make her way outside, where Luther's father is trying to chain Sore so Diem can't save her mom. He thinks that Diem will lose all integrity and legitimacy if she goes and saves her mom, the leader of the human rebels. But Luther and Diem save Sore anyway and fly away to Fortos. Once they reach Fortos, the king tries to take Diem into custody on behalf of all the crowns, but Diem flexes her powers, showing him that he is no match for her. She demands to be brought to her mother, and down in the prison, Fortos tries to trick her and lock her into a Godstone cell. But Diem breaks out, and when she does, Fortos is there with a sword trying to stop her. They fight to the death, with Diem winning and Luther scooping up her mom to carry her away. But just as they're about to leave, energy flows into Diem, and she hears an ancient male voice. It says, "Never before have I made this choice. It was not an easy one for me, nor will it be an easy one for you. Guard my people well, remember my sister's words, beware my brother's wrath." And in front of Luther and her mother, Diem becomes not only the Queen of Lemnos, but also the Queen of Fortos. And she's the first crown ever to hold two kingdoms.
Oh, okay. So now she's unmatched politically as well.
Yes. So now not only does she have access to all of the powers of all of the kingdoms, but she also is the crown of 2 of the 9 kingdoms.
I'm sure that she won't abuse this power.
Diem and Luther liberate the prisoners of Fortos. They fight their way out of the kingdom. And the subjects of Fortos refuse to accept her as their queen. They just have a hard time believing that could even happen because, it's never happened before. By the skin of their teeth, Diem and Luther survive the battle and save the prisoners. Then they try to go back to Lemnos. It fails really, it goes bad. It goes really bad. So they try to fly back to Lemnos. It goes really poorly. So they end up having to flee to Montios. This book is just going around and around the map. Once they're in Montios, the Crown Council seeks them out, and Diem thinks that their king wishes to meet with her to discuss everything going on, but when the Crown Council brings her in, they question her future plans and motives, and as always, Diem is incredibly honest. The council doesn't seem as disturbed about her plans for equality as the other kingdoms. Tired of being questioned, Diem finally asks where their king is, and they all turn to Diem, and of course they say, "It's you!" So within the span of 1 chapter, she gets 2 more crowns. She's now the crown of Lemnos, Montios, and Fortos.
Just racking them up.
Turns out that their king died during the rebel attack on the coronation ceremony, and when Diem was unconscious and recovering, she was crowned the new ruler of Montios, and that's why she doesn't remember this happening. She is so stunned. She doesn't believe it at first, but then she uses this special crown power to like feel the land, like feel her connection to the land. And while doing it, she notices this strange power drawing her in. And as she looks closer into it, she finds this man with a very, very strong aura. He turns to face her, and he has gray eyes too, just like her. When she reaches towards him, even though she's like doing this all in her mind, he manages to grab her wrist. And he demands that she come to him, brands her on the neck with a 10-pointed star, and says that if she spies on him again, he'll kill her. DM knows this guy is bad news, and her advisors in Montios said that like across the realm there have been these attacks on the Descended, and the only thing left behind are corpses with the 10-pointed star branded into them.
Oh, a bad guy for the next book.
Well, bad guy for this book, because of course DM, Luther, and DM's mom all set out to find this homicidal maniac. They're like, oh, this guy has been like genociding people. Like, we should probably go look into that, huh? So when they approach, they realize he's hooked up with the violent members of the Rebel Alliance, and he's like stirring them into a frenzy. DM tries to take a shot to kill him, but he absorbs her magic, just like she can absorb magic. As he turns around, DM's mom lets it spill. This mysterious murderer
is her brother.
Is DM's own father. DM, I am your father.
I know. Well, when you said gray eyes, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So they end up fleeing Montios because Luther's like, this guy can absorb powers. We have nothing to fight him with at this moment. And
first smart decision they made all book.
Yeah. And DM demands that her mom come clean. So her mom finally tells DM's origin story. DM's mom used to be a spy for the king of Fortos. And once he sent her to the island in the middle of the realm to spy on potential rebel activity there. While there, she discovered a secret prison cell hidden under the Temple of the Kindred, and DM's father was locked in that cell. Over time, they fell in love, and then he started showing some red flags and getting violent with DM's mom. But on the day that she went into labor, DM's mom went back to him, and he went back to being his charming self. He began earning back some of DM's mom's trust. One day, he told her to go out and take a walk, and he would watch DM. But DM's mom got a bad feeling, and when she came back, DM's dad was trying to stab DM through the heart. In turn, DM's mom scooped up DM, stabbed her dad in the heart, and fled to the island. So the entire time, like up until the point where they see him, she thinks he's been dead for 20 years, like DM's entire life.
Okay, so there's a reason she didn't tell her daughter about it.
Yeah, she thinks she killed him years ago with a godstone knife to the heart. But it turns out, remember the prophecy, how DM's blood cracked the heartstone? Well, by doing that, she set her father free.
Oh, okay.
So DM knows that she cannot fight him without an army, but currently she doesn't even have the armies of her own kingdom. So to do that, she's going to need to finish her coronation, which is hard to do because she's currently wanted by the crowns. DM decides she needs to head to the closest crown that she hasn't pissed off, which is Sappho's.
Sappho's?
I wish. This kingdom is a little bit gay. Like, they're like leader is non-binary. Like, they like are very integrated. It's like very liberal. Like, they're very focused on like learning and all that.
And yet they're all like, oh, this race of people needs to die.
No, they're all like, well, the people with the gray eyes, yeah, but like the mortals and the descended get along better in that kingdom.
Oh, this kingdom's better. I thought you meant the entirety of.
No, Sappho's is better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she goes in and meets with the crown of Sappho. She tells the crown about this danger and says that she will fight against her father to save the other kingdoms if Sappho's agrees to get the other crowns to complete the coronation ritual so that DM can reclaim her own armies in her own kingdom. They need a total of 6 crowns to pardon DM. DM holds 3, so Sappho's only needs to wrangle a few more. But as DM is starting to figure out her next steps, she feels this immense power enter the kingdom of Sappho's. It's her father. She immediately begins calling on Sophos to defend their kingdom, but Sophos is a scholar and not a fighter, so Diem convinces them to enact a defense plan that Diem came up with, and Sophos takes to the sky on her Gryvern to distract Diem's dad, who also has a Gryvern, while Diem heads up the ground forces. And there's a badass fucking battle scene where Diem's on the ground. She's like trying not to kill these mortals who have Godstone, but she's just like fucking slashing. She's slaying. She's going through. She's like using all of her powers from all 9 kingdoms. Like really just like hitting her stride, being a badass female main character, right? And as she enters the square while she's looking for Luther, she's suddenly slammed into the ground by her father's Gryvern, pinning her down. And in standard supervillain fashion, he tells Diem, "Join me so that we can bring peace and justice to our new empire."
Oh my god, it's just so Darth Vader. Like, does he say it like that too?
No, he says, join me and you'll be the one descended who survives. Like, he's going to wipe out the rest of the descended.
And the mortals?
No, just the descended. Because remember, he's allied with the mortals at this point. So she refuses him and he goes to strike her. And just as he does, Sophos barrels into him with her Gryvern, knocking him away, shooting lightning at the enemy Gryvern. It's like...
Sophos just rams him with the Subaru.
Happy Pride.
We love the lesbians. Happy Pride.
So Diem's father hops back on his Gryvern and gives chase. So meanwhile, Diem is like fighting the mortal invaders, and just as she finishes, Sophos stumbles in on their exhausted Gryvern, and Diem's father follows suit. He warns Diem not to strike him again, and then flies away. Because Diem says, like, we're going to have a knockdown drag out if you don't leave this town right now. And he's like, okay. I'm like getting a little low on power. I'm going to get out of here. So after the fighting, Sophos agrees to call the other crowns to coronate Diem. And Diem then asks about something Sophos said during the battle. Something about a lost realm. Sophos reluctantly explains that there were actually 10 kindred, not 9. And that one was thought to have died and their sibling wrote them out of the story. She doesn't know this for a fact, but she suspects the siblings killed him because he never fell in love with a mortal and gave up his immortality. And he had magic that he could use to siphon their powers. So the only reason that traces of his magic has remained all this time is because someone of his bloodline was out there, and during the 100 Years' War, he was trapped in the temple. Now, Penn Cole is trying to make it out like Diem's father is the child of this descendant, but I think Diem's father is the kindred. Like, I think he is basically a god, and he's been alive this whole time. So that's why I think Diem's so powerful, is because she's only like 1 generation removed. My other theory that I come up with here is like they have a lot of depictions about the mortals' religion, like the Everflame. And all the depictions of the Everflame, there's somebody with like red hair like leaning against the tree. And that makes me think that like perhaps there is like some kind of like god of the humans. And no one really knows like a lot about it because like the descendant had told them they can't learn about it. But I think that Diem's family is descended from the god of the mortals, and she is descended from a kindred, and that's why she's so powerful. She's double godded up.
She's like Paul Atreides. She's got it from both houses.
Yes, that's my personal theory, but we'll keep going. So Diem is reeling from this information, and she has to prepare herself for another potential battle. Luther takes her up to her brother's apartment to clean her up a little bit. And Penn Cole finally stops the edging here. And basically, like, they do it in the shower. They do it in the library. They do it in the stacks of the books. Like, they be doing it everywhere. It's great. It's 10 out of 10. Like, we finally got there.
So was it worth the wait?
I just wish it was more, you know? Like, I needed this to be like a Katie Robert, like, 4 chapters of fucking back-to-back.
So you showed me the threesome scene in one of her books, and I read it. Why do you stop in the middle of it? Is it just a flex, just to be like, oh yeah, my sex scene is 4 chapters. My sex scene is 8.
She changes perspectives.
In that one you showed me?
Yeah.
I don't remember it. She might.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Katie
I
Robert
guess.
frequently does that, where the beginning of a sex scene will be from one person's perspective, and the next chapter will be for the next.
Oh, see, that's kind of interesting. I
like that.
That's interesting.
I feel like it does more of a service for like the ladies and the men's. You know.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you're like, and it's intimacy so personal that like seeing it from both sides has a lot of value, right? Because just like describing like what a particular body part is doing doesn't always have like as much value as. I'm convinced that you actually hate art. You're like, I don't care about any of this. Like, I think you're just addicted to pornography.
Just tell me what he's doing. I like the plot of these books too. Like I've done this whole podcast is about explaining the plot.
Yeah, that's true. But we know why you're reading.
Yeah. I mean, I just leave out the good bits so that other people will go pick up the book and read for themselves.
Oh, okay.
So the next day, DM is heading to the island with all of the crowns for her coronation. On the way, Sophos and DM strike up a bonded bargain. Remember, this is a magical bargain where whoever breaks it loses their magic. DM says that she... hold on. DM asks Sophos to do everything that she can to convince Meros to vote. Meros is another crown. To vote to pardon DM and DM's mom, and to recommend to the others to do the same. In exchange, DM swears that she did not know about the attack on the island or on Sophos, and that she will kill the man who led it, her father. When they land on the island port, though, Sophos has tricked DM. Sophos captured DM's brother and is holding him at knife point, and the rest of the crowns vote against pardoning DM. But at the last moment, the Umbros crown appears and casts the deciding vote in DM's favor. Just as she does, the Ignos crown kills her.
How does it do that?
Stabs with Godstone.
The crown?
The crown is a person.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant the literal crown. I was like, what?
No.
I got you. No, I understand.
And of course, when Umbros dies, the Umbros crown flows into DM, causing even more panic among the other crowns. They're basically realizing that if any of us die around DM is going to become the leader.
I'm going to eat you.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, so I get why they're scared of her.
They're going to eat, you know what? No, never mind.
So they work together to cast this spell that would kill anyone who came to the island and that would trap DM there forever. So that way DM can't fulfill her end of the bonded bargain, she'll lose her magic forever, and she can't escape. Nor can anyone come free her, which means we're going to have to wait forever in the next book for them to fuck again.
Well, yeah, of course we are.
It's just terrible.
They didn't make you wait this long just to be like, all right, we're going to give it up this easy next time. They're going to keep playing hard to get.
Oh my god, right back to the edging. So at the last moment when she is at her lowest, DM is watching Luther and her brother being carried away by her Gryvern, who she thinks she's not going to be able to see again because she's stuck on the island. They can't come to her. She knows she can't follow. And with that last heartbreaking thought, Ignos stabs her through the heart. End of book.
Oh, no. What, Ignos stabs who through the heart?
DM!
Oh, she'll be fine.
The next book you buy, it's just empty pages.
Yeah, like what do you, like, oh.
It's just Luther being sad.
Like, her blood's the cure. Of course she's going to be fine.
It's just like Luther in the first like couple chapters of Breaking Dawn where like Bella is like horribly depressed.
I haven't seen those movies.
Not Breaking Dawn. It's the
Breaking
second
Bad?
one. Breaking Bad, no. The second one. No, so like in the first one, you know, she falls in love
still haven't
with
seen it.
Edward the vampire, and in the second one, Edward's like, I'm too dangerous, you can't be with me, I'm leaving you. And then like you're crying because they break up right at the beginning of the book, and then it goes like the one page it's like August, and then there's nothing else on the page. You flip it, the next one is like September, nothing else on the page. So I'm like 12 crying at the ice rink reading this, and it's like 6 months of just like October, November,
So
December.
as an adult, do you like that tactic as an adult where it's just a blank page?
It was really emotional, but like I also was like 12, so you know, I thought that, you know, when you love someone, you stay with them forever, never let them go.
That's what we do.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, what if they're toxic, right?
I'm pretty toxic.
You're not. Get out of here.
Yeah, I am that boy.
I mean, you have toxically bad takes sometimes, especially when it comes to like recent, but I don't say you're toxic.
Those aren't toxic takes. That's just people are a lot. Maybe. If that's as bad as it gets, I'll live with it.
Okay. So that's the book. What did you think?
It seemed all right.
Seemed alright?
Yeah, it seemed all right.
Is it because she's like very OP? Is that like kind of what's turning you off from this?
I would have to, honestly, I'd have to read it. I know you're giving me a 700-page book in an hour and 15 minutes, so there's a lot of stuff you're cutting out, a lot of dialogue, a lot of character development. So it's hard to judge the quality of a book based on this podcast.
Yeah. But I mean, the one thing you do have to remember about DM being a little bit overpowered is you have to remember she has maxed out her strength and her constitution, and she's still dumb as fuck. Like, she really does let herself get tricked in the end. Like, the reason that she gets stabbed through the heart, the reason she gets spelled to stay on this island is because she's too stupid to spot a trap.
Right. Okay, wait, I forgot to ask you.
Yeah.
How many peppers?
How many peppers? I mean, this whole book just fucking edged me. So I would say this is like 3 peppers. Because we get like one scene
like
that's
a red jalapeno?
pretty good. I
or like
would
an
say,
underripe habanero?
I would say this is like the jalapenos you buy in the store nowadays.
No, but those are basically bell peppers.
I would say this is like a serrano.
Okay, more exotic pepper then.
Ooh. There's like one good scene, right? But then it's just like edge, and now they're not going to be able to be together. And then like you know how sometimes they'll include like the first few pages in the next book? They did that here, and I usually will not look, and I accidentally turned the page, and it was like 1 month later, and I'm like, oh my god, I'd have to wait a whole fucking month. Like, this girl cannot catch a break. So yeah, I'll be waiting for the fall for the next book to come out.
So did you like it?
I really like this series a lot. Like, DM, she's dumb, but like her story is super interesting. She's super well-meaning. Like, she's very funny, and her and Luther have like a lot of good banter. And I think it'll be interesting to like see her like boss fight with her dad.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, because she's not a killer in her heart, but like she's gonna have to kill him.
Now this is not the book where she like carves words into guys' chests. That's from
no. That's from the Moon Hatched. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Such a whimsical title for just like I'm gonna stab you.
No. I mean, honestly, if Rave was the main character in this, like everyone would need to look the fuck out because like Rave would have already like conquered.
She's not stupid.
She's not. Yeah, Rave would have already conquered this entire realm. Like at this point.
With the power of EDM. All right. I think that's all for today.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will catch you next time.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a like and to follow us on Instagram.
If you don't subscribe, I'm going to come to your house in the middle of the fucking night with a bunch of jelly, and I'm going to put it on your pillowcase so when you roll on her to get the cold side of the pillow, you're going to get a fistful of fucking jelly.
Cold
and it's going to ruin your fucking night.
In your
so you better
ear?
subscribe because I know who listens to this, okay? Our analytics fucking tell us. If you don't do it, I will fuck your shit up jelly style. Good day. Unless you haven't subscribed to this, then look forward to the jelly later. Hope you're not allergic to grapes.